Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Talk Anime with the Ohio guys. I'm your host Jared. Along with me I've got my good friend Christian.
Yo, hey, what's up, man? Let's get this started.
How you doing today, Christian?
I'm doing good. We got some stuff we need to cover here.
Yes, lots of stuff. But before that, give us a like on Facebook, Twitter, follow us, give us likes on YouTube, please, please, please. It helps out so much with the podcast and lets us know if you're liking it. Either way, likes, dislikes, both help. Besides YouTube, you can also catch us on SoundCloud, and hopefully, I know I need to get on the ball with this really bad. A couple other podcast networks, including Podbean, maybe possibly Google Play, iTunes, that sort of a thing. We're looking to be doing that here in the near future. But like I said from the intro, welcome to another episode of Talk Anime, the only anime podcast hosted by the Ohio guys, and the only place you need to be coming to for all your anime news needs. But anyways, got some got some interesting news this time.
Yeah, take it away, man.
Um, According to a Bloomberg report, Sony Pictures has weighed in on bidding to purchase Funimation Entertainment. Um, I'd say that's some pretty huge news. Now it's nothing official, like there's no number talks or anything, and Funimation, their official press release towards that was that they're dedicated to providing the most what is focused on continuing to create compelling experiences for anime fans is what their statement for it was. But there has been some unsolicited interest from a variety of companies to purchase Funimation, which I find that pretty damn interesting.
Yeah, I would say too.
Um,
Any further detail on that or no?
no, that's about it. I mean, there apparently Universal has had a potential bid up at one point, and they pulled that back. So right now, I think the only thing that's being talked about is Sony, which I don't know how that would play out because if I remember this or if I have the right information here, I believe Sony, their music division, which I know it's weird that their music division would own this, owns Aniplex of America.
Really?
Yes, I believe that's correct. I would have to double check, but
Huh.
yeah, which if they would purchase Funimation, do you think that they would kill that division or just kind of merge them together or just
That's a
leave
tough
them separate entities?
that's a tough call, really.
I personally I think they'd probably just leave them as separate entities. I mean, the Funimation name alone is a big name.
Yeah, that's you gotta keep them separate, really.
Yeah,
That'd be the best way to go about it.
right. I mean, for just about any anime fan out there, you hear the name Funimation. I mean, that's pretty synonymous with anime.
Yes, really a household name.
Right, and which would be huge if I mean somebody like Sony were to buy that if they see enough promise in that. Um, Plus, I was reading another article about it that brought something to light to me as well. That they might just want to purchase them not just because of their business, obviously, but for what shows they have licensed. Kind of like how Disney purchased Marvel and kind of go that route and create essentially a movie empire. Try to do that some of some sort. Obviously you can't bridge all these different things together, different anime shows together, but they might try to make a lot more live action movies like the Ghost in the Shell movie,
Right.
which I know that didn't seem like it was too well received, but still something that's pretty interesting that they could do if they were to pull the trigger on that,
Yeah, definitely.
which I think is some noteworthy news this week. I know that was from about 2 weeks ago that that popped up, but it just gained a little momentum. Not the bidding process, but just the news portion of that, which would be interesting as well because Universal Pictures uh, has a deal with Funimation right now for distribution. So I don't know. Obviously, that would affect that deal, I would assume, if Sony were to go through with this.
Yeah, yeah,
But in
yeah. I mean,
other
we
news, it seems like Anime Strike is doing a lot better than most people thought.
yeah. Forbes did an article on them like a few days ago. It's an interesting read. Like if you read the whole thing, talk about how Anime Strike they weren't expecting you know more profit than they thought originally, and it's just like the services now that they have like a special feature where you can actually download some of the shows under the Amazon Prime, which is going to be like a new feature that some of the other streaming services are going to look into later this year.
Right, I know Netflix already offers that,
Hmm.
which is a I love that feature. I use it all the
Yeah,
time. But
everyone does. That's why I believe Funimation and Crunchyroll said the same thing too. That by the end of 2017, they will have that feature as well.
right, yeah, that's actually that move prompted them to say that they were going to get that in effect by the end of this year.
Hmm. So we'll see that that might transpire. They don't know when exactly, but they just said the end of this year. So that's something for people to look forward to who had like a subscription to both Funimation and Crunchyroll. But I think another thing that's kind of interesting, in the article that I read myself, there's this part where what do we call it? Let me look back into the article.
Okay. Um
Yeah, it's just there's just some what was it? I think maybe just the whole competition part where like they know about how there's different services out there, but how already they have a business model to keep within 1 year. Like even like though they're making good money, they don't plan on changing it like within the first 4 months that they really got into the business for.
right. So, yeah, they're just following a business plan that they drew up and they're kind of just sticking with that for at least a year and then adjusting their streaming service um, depending upon how that goes essentially.
Yeah, but
Which I know in one of our previous episodes we talked about how Strike would kind of force some better competition. I mean, Funimation and Crunchyroll saying that they're going to add that download feature. I mean, that's already doing it. That's
yeah.
already making things better for every anime fan right there. I know a lot of people still are upset about this double paywall, but I don't know.
I
I
mean,
like the competition personally.
same.
I'm a big fan of it. Plus, Amazon Prime's streaming service is just flat out better. Like the video player, you can
Right.
adjust the subtitles.
Hmm.
It's just a better platform, and hopefully it forces Funimation Crunchyroll step up their game. I mean, it's already doing that, so keep up the good work there. I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. There's just something thing like I mean, like I say, even me as a fan, I just was not expecting this. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like a test run or something, like
Yeah,
just seeing how like it proceed. But I just not know this gonna happen really. Like they did like better than they expected, and we gotta see what's gonna happen like later on. As soon, and they're going to try and get like more titles, no lessons, more titles down the road.
hmm,
So yeah, there's a lot of things to look forward to later this month and later this year. See what other shows they might provide us, exclusively. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm still thinking about getting my own membership, but again, I'm not against the double paywall at all. So
no, I would highly
it's
recommend it. It's great.
Yeah,
Plus, it
again, it
has
makes.
like a good chunk of my favorite shows this season are from that.
Mhm. You know what? And it also make me have better, as a fan, that I know like the more money I invest in anime strike, the more money, Japanese or Sentai, they're gonna get more from me, and there's gonna get them more content, more quality. The more money you contribute, the better things you get in the future.
Oh, exactly. I'm excited for that, and I know in that article as well they mentioned a couple different things that are going on with Strike. They how they just unveiled the downloads. Their library keeps getting deeper. Like they're not just adding new shows. I mean, they're adding older shows to their library as well, which is exciting. I know we've
Hmm.
previously covered that. They're doing free manga every month, and they're also apparently they're exploring opportunities with Twitch.
Yeah, that was another crazy thing. I was like, wait, man, they're doing
Which
Twitch
the only
too?
thing I could think of on there, I know Twitch recently has started like they'll do like TV show marathons. So that's what I'm thinking that could mean. Like maybe they'll stream a series. Like I don't know exactly what older titles they have. I forget. I'd have to go log in and look. But or I know they recently picked up Darker Than Black. Like they could
Yeah, I know that.
potentially stream the entire series of that one day.
Yeah, they can.
And it seems like that's something that would happen with that, which would make the most sense to me. I mean, since Twitch already does stuff like that with shows, I know they did what they do. I think they did all of the Power Rangers before the movie came out. Um, and they've done other things. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but I know they've streamed a lot of complete series.
Right.
So something like that would be really exciting to see Anime Strike partner with Twitch and do something like that.
Yeah, like
And obviously
I
that's free. I mean, you just would have to log into Twitch. I don't unless it's part of Twitch's premium thing, which I'm honestly not familiar at all with how that works, but I would assume it would just be on a regular Twitch channel. Maybe
yeah.
some ads here and there. That'd be about it.
Hmm.
But I mean, something like that's exciting. I mean, it's something that Crunchyroll hasn't done or Funimation. So,
Yeah, now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen that.
no. I mean, I could be completely wrong on that. They could have done something like that, but I don't believe they have. Please correct me if I'm wrong, listeners. I
On the comment section.
yes. But I'm excited that Strike's doing well.
Yeah,
Good competition
same
for the
here.
other companies. Um,
Yeah, I was bid good fortune to any company in the anime industry to do well.
oh yeah, like first and foremost, I'm an anime fan, so I want everything to do well. Like that's what it all comes down to. I want to see the whole industry in a whole do well.
Same.
Anyways, though,
I think
Yen
yeah,
Press has licensed the ReZero EX spin-off novels. So that's pretty exciting for us ReZero fans.
yeah. I still gotta take a look at the manga. I just seen the anime myself, but I haven't read any of this stuff, man.
Apparently, Volume 6 of ReZero is incredible, as from
You
what
read
I've
it?
seen. No, no, I'm actually getting. I'm probably going to buy all the volumes that are translated so far and start reading them. I'm.
No.
I just love everything about that universe so far, from what I've seen. Obviously, I've only seen the anime, but it was so good, and I just want more now. And that's
Ye
about the best way I can do it. And plus, if you're buying the manga, I mean, that that directly can equate to getting a second season, like
hmm
faster than anything else. Besides maybe their DVD Blu-ray sales, that might be the only thing.
You know what I like to see?
What?
I like to see the ReZero crossover with Konosuba turn into an
Oh,
anime.
that's right.
That'd
That
be
would be a
great.
fun. That'd be a fun like OVA.
It would like it'd be something extra.
Right. I think that would be a lot of fun, just like a 20-minute, 15, 20-minute OVA episode.
Hmm. Apparently, I found out that the manga writer for ReZero, he occasionally has dinner with the writer of Konosuba. The both of them, they chill out every once in a while.
That makes sense.
I did not know that. I found out during the Anime Man's video, who he got to interview, uh, the the writer of Konosuba.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so even the writer's like, yeah, it's like I hang out with the guy for reason. We go to the ramen shop every once in a while. We talk about our stuff. Just shoot the breeze. They get along so well. So I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. It's like, and you can see like maybe that's why how well they do their little crossover. With their manga series.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, you just can imagine like the anime, like how much fun anyone in the process will enjoy working on something like that.
Right. I
Yeah,
know.
it's just wishful thinking on my part.
I'm just looking forward to actually starting the manga and then starting the spin-off because I'm gonna have to read that too. All the ReZero things. We need them all. We need an anime, or not an anime, but a second season.
And someone to pick up the license for it
Yes.
so we can buy it on DVD or
Oh
Blu-ray.
my! I would love to own the series. Like, I need somebody to license this so I can buy it.
I
Because I
want
do
a
not want to
limited
buy.
edition.
I don't want the Japanese imports. I want to own my own actual physical copy from the
Do I want
West.
box set?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want it so bad. Like that's something I would buy. I don't care if it doesn't have a dub. I would still buy that like in a heartbeat. That's how much I love that show. Please, somebody pick this up for God's sake. We need more. Oh God.
All right. I think we're okay with that topic. I think it's time for us to keep on going before we get lost into
Right,
a big
right.
old
I know
tangent.
the abysmal, or not the abysmal, but the abyss of ReZero. I could talk about it for hours. Um,
Yeah.
but speaking of box sets in general, Funimation is going to be releasing some new box sets, which they just announced their August release. Just there's some exciting stuff on there. They're releasing Fruit Baskets on Blu-ray for any Fruit Baskets fans out there.
Chipboard box set.
Yes, and you get like where is it here? Yeah, chipboard art box, new artwork from the Japanese Blu-ray disc release, and you get 12 art cards with it, which is pretty cool. Especially for a show you really haven't heard anything of for a while, so it's cool that they're re-releasing that on the Blu-ray for fans. And also accompanying Fruit Baskets, they're releasing Shin Godzilla movie, which I completely forgot that they had the rights to that. I've I'm curious if they're. I would assume that they're going to dub it. Maybe I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, me neither.
It did not say in the release. So I mean, Funimation they typically dub almost everything. I know recently they've had a few subs.
On DVD.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I would be curious to see if they do a dub for that or not. I think I'd rather watch it in Japanese with subtitles personally, but I don't know. Something to keep an eye out for. They're also going to be releasing the complete series of Tokyo Ravens. So that's exciting. Nice Blu-ray DVD combo. Not too terrible price for the entire show. It's initially going to be 52.49 apparently in stores. It's not bad
Hmm.
price for that entire show. Fairytale Collection 9 is going to be coming out as well. That's pretty big. One Piece Season 9 Voyage 2. Good God. There's so much One Piece out there.
Hmm.
I wonder what I don't keep up with One Piece at all, but I'm curious what like season nine Voyage 2 equates to. Like, how many episodes is that? Because there's like what 5 to 700 episodes of One Piece, and it's still going on.
Yeah, that's
So
insane.
I'm curious. Like, Funimation's gonna be working on that show for literally forever. I don't think it's ever going to end. They got then they also have Rainbow Days, the complete series coming out. There's one sub only. So there's that's probably I think that's one of their first sub onlys. I think they only recently started doing that this year or mid last year.
That's here.
Yeah,
That's here.
and End Ride Part 2 is coming out as well. So definitely some exciting releases there. I know probably definitely the biggest one out of those is Fruit Baskets, like for sure. That's something that I think just about every fan has seen or at least heard of.
Yeah, they have.
But also, speaking of new releases or reveals, I should say, the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel anime film revealed a new key visual.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that.
I know. I put the picture up on our notes list here, and hot damn, that's exciting.
The artwork, man, I just love it already. It's so vibrant. The purple is so it's just so perfect. Like just the way they were to like do the coloring for for like both the background and for the characters.
I
I
know.
I, I just have never seen anything like that before. It just
It looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, I hope that's the picture they use for promotional posters because I would love to get my hands on one of those.
same. I mean, I'm willing to collect like anything that's going to be poster wise of Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel, or anything in the the Fate universe.
Right. Yeah, I
I'm just
love the Fate
excited.
universe.
It's a storyline, man. I'm just so excited where they're going to take the storyline towards. I've never played the visual novels. I prefer not to touch them until after the shows, because I just want to surprise myself
Right.
when this one comes out. I just want to know, okay, are they going to take this to a different direction? How much character development are we going to have? More action? Are we going to have more more of something? I'm just anticipating so much for the show. Oh
Yeah, I
man,
can't
like
wait for it. It's should be exciting. But
yeah.
in other Fate news, the Fate Kiliad movie has a new visual as well that they're teasing for the new movie for that too. So,
hmm
curious amount of Fate news out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, this is that man. Like,
I know they're
I
just
like this.
movies, but still.
Well, for this one, the fake they, I enjoy for what it is. You know, they took the spin, made it's like separate universe from the Fate Stay Night series. I just want to know if they're gonna like try and like tie it in to more of the universe because there were some hints like dropped around during like the second season and the kind of third season
Hmm.
about like their universe. I just want to know like are they like gonna open like a portal where you can go like to the Fate universe, jump into the Fate Zero universe? I'm just wondering like, is that what we have in our hands? But there's no like figurehead, you know, to explain like the premise or why we are in this universe. You know,
Right.
I want if not, then fine. Like I want to be told, okay, this is all separate. Like there's no other, you know, dimension door you can just jump into to like go somewhere else. It's by itself. That's what I want to know really, and that's why I hope these movies like help explain that to me, or let me know that okay, this is it. This is all you're gonna get. That's all I kind of like want to hear from them.
I
But
mean, it
that's.
could be something similar to that. I mean, I have no idea the premise of the new Fate Killade movie.
I mean,
Um.
I finished this third season last year.
Hmm.
That's why I said like they were getting close to that point. Like they did actually go to another dimension, but like
Interesting.
still in their own universe. Yeah. I won't spoil anything, but
Oh
I
no,
just have I
spoiler
have high
away.
hopes. I have a lot of high hopes for for any future installation for Fake Blade.
Right. Um, does the
It's
show get
just
any more serious? Because I stopped like mid season two, I think, or near the end of season two.
the one. It's called.
I enjoyed it. It was just really silly, and I was
Yeah,
just
I
like,
know.
I had so many other shows to watch that I just got behind on it, and I just never caught back up.
I want to say by the end of, you know, Fake Blade, to We Hers. By the end of it, like they have like a crazy twist
Okay.
where they kind of introduce, where they finally, I don't know if you've been waiting for this. They finally introduce Gilgamesh, but in a different form. Not
Interesting.
not the Fate Stay Night Gilgamesh, but like a different one.
Huh.
And this one was able to, utter the words "Holy War" or "Holy Grail," I would say, because they still you could tell like this one kind of branched off on its own side from the Fate Stay Night,
Yeah, yeah,
but
no, I knew that
it's
much.
there's still a branch going back to the Fate Zero link. So
Huh.
I'm thinking, is this a separate timeline? Like
Like
something happened?
just an opposite timeline, like after Zero, or
Yeah,
kind of
that
like how
was
there's Fate Stay Night and then Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works.
yes, that's what I'm thinking too.
Like something similar to that, where they're separate but in the uh, same realm, I should say. I think that would be the
Yes.
best word to describe it. Not the same universe, but the
Hmm.
same
It's just
generalization of it.
mhm. It's just once they get to season three, called three re, they start to like imply like just different universes, different, and they kind of introduce like the other servants they've had during the past like 4 or 3 Holy Grail wars.
Hmm.
The biggest surprise is when they announce like another berserker. No, we remember we've seen Lancelot, we've seen Hercules, but apparently Thor falls under the berserker category. And I'm like, no way, because basically I'm thinking about Thor from the Marvel universe.
Right.
And yes, the hammer is still there. They keep they you know they incorporate that too into the fake Blade universe.
That's
It's
really cool.
it, the action scene, man, it's incredible seeing that. So I would suggest you jump back onto the road for that.
I need to catch up on that.
Uh, but yeah,
Anyway,
we could keep rambling on about fake Blade. I want to tell people like how much I'm a fan of the show. I really own the DVDs. I'll keep owning as much as possible until
right,
I get a good storyline, a good complete ending, like something that's gonna set the tone right. That's the ultimate goal I have for the show to to address, to finalize it all.
right. That'd be nice to get some sort of a solid ending there. Maybe that'll
Hmm.
be possible. Maybe like with the title of the movie, because it's called Oath Under the Snow. And I know
Right.
where Ilya is originally from, in Fate Zero, was a very
Yep.
snowy area.
I will
So,
say this about her. This is not the same Ilya we were both familiar with
well,
from the.
yeah, yeah, I know it's a different one, but just something that kind of at least hints back towards that, I should say, or is an homage towards where
Yeah,
she is from
that's what it feels
originally.
like.
Anyways, though, before we get too off track again,
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Super, there was some curious action on Toei's website and Twitter. In the last episode, um, at the very end, they tease that something is wrong with Boo. You don't know what it is yet. He had been training for the tournament that's going to be happening with all the universes, and he's like super skinny now. Like He looks like Super Boo, but just with like Fat Boo's head. But not his head's
Yeah,
not as fat, obviously. But he has like the little squinty eyes and everything, which is
he
really
looks so
funny.
weird looking.
I think he looks fucking great, but it looks like that he might not be taking place in the tournament because they kind of teased something that I think could be better. Even though I want to see more of Boo because that's just a character they don't really touch on a lot. But it looks like Frieza might be making a comeback yet again. They teased a picture of Frieza with a halo over his head, and it wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened in Dragon Ball universe. Both Goku and Vegeta have come back with halos to fight, so this is something that definitely could happen, which I think would be very interesting to the plot of the story since
I mean, like,
Frieza is, and every time he's ever appeared in the show, is a straight up villain. Like,
hmm
there's no, like, he's maybe an anti hero or anything like that. He's just a bad dude.
I will say this might be just a crazy twist, bring
Oh, it
him
could be
back.
too. It could just them
But,
being blowing smoke out of their
but,
ass about the whole thing. But,
but him following the rules, if he's competing in the tournament,
mhm,
that'd be the great twist. Okay, where he's going to cooperate, for the first time in his
right.
villainous life. But I won't hold my breath on that one. I could see him just blowing up people when he goes to the tournament.
I don't
I can
know.
see that.
It's definitely interesting because in the last incarnation of Frieza, he did become extremely powerful.
Yeah, you mean Gold Frieza?
Yeah, Gold Frieza was almost on par. Well, was on par with like Super Saiyan God, but wasn't as strong as Super God version or God. I don't know how they exactly describe that. The blue hair.
Yeah,
Blue hair.
yeah.
He wasn't as strong as blue hair. But I mean, I think that's very interesting towards the story.
hmm
Um, and they also in not this last episode, but the episode beforehand, show or teased like one of the first female Saiyans, or like the only female Saiyan we've seen besides in uh, the Bardock special.
Right.
So that's exciting as well. I'm
Mhm.
curious where they're going to go with that because I think she is going to be a fighter for a different universe, which makes it weird how Saiyans would be in a different universe. I don't know how they're going to explain that, or if Toei is even going to bother, or Toriyama, I should say. The man is extremely forgetful, uh, and let's be honest, we don't watch Dragon Ball Z exactly for the plot. Let's be real for a moment. Like we enjoy the story, but it does have its flaws. So I'm curious to see how what's going to happen with that as well.
Hey, we enjoy like crazy Pokemon just being the bejesus of each other.
Yeah, right. Another news. There's gonna be a new anime that's gonna be broadcasting this summer because we're always on the lookout for new anime to watch and get hyped for. Even though we're only halfway through the spring season, it's never too early to get hyped for the summer season. Netsuzu Trap is the show. Essentially, it's what do they consider this? Uh, Hold on.
I do not know,
No,
but
no, they consider a certain type of a show.
I
Uh,
just don't know.
I don't know.
I'm looking at the picture.
It's kind
Uh-huh.
of a Yuri kind of a show. I believe
Oh,
that's the way to describe it. But
I mean, I have a big question about why they include the word trap in the title. That's my concern.
that I'm not sure. But essentially, what the show's about, there's these two girls. They go on a double date with these two guys. Apparently, they practice kiss or something. The two girls do, and then they end up discovering that they like each other. Simple premise for a show. Um, which I think these kinds of shows are it's interesting that Japan's coming out with these. a little bit more because there was another kit or another show. Um, I can't think of the name of it. I'm pretty sure Sentai had licensed it and just only released a sub of it, but it was about girls kissing. Uh,
Hmm.
I can't remember the name of the show
Me neither.
at off the top of my head right now. But
I
it's
mean,
interesting to see them to see Japan branching out a little bit more to the mainstream anime with these types of shows.
are we gonna have Admiral Akbar coming out saying it's a trap?
Oh no, there's always traps in anime. That's a given. I mean, ReZero had a trap. Let's be real.
Yeah.
um, but no, it's nice to see them being a little bit more open to like the LGBTQ. I don't think I missed anything in that community, which is always fun. It gives something for more viewers to enjoy, and it can also, in return, bring more people to enjoy anime in a whole.
Hmm.
Because everybody, I mean, I don't know what the show is exactly going to be about yet. That's from the synopsis I read. That's basically what it is in a nutshell so far. That's all that's really been released with it. But I don't know. There's some exciting stuff.
Hmm.
And then other than that, about the only other noteworthy piece of news was there's another My Little Sister anime coming out called
Yeah.
I'm
If only I
not
had
even
those systems.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm not even gonna attempt to read the Japanese title. It's like Emutu se Ribe Li. Yeah, I am absolutely horrible at pronouncing anything Japanese, but yeah, like you said, if only I had a little sister. That's a romantic comedy. So similar to obviously Orimo or what we're currently watching, Uromanga Sensei. Not done by the same author though, but
Yeah, it even
it's
looks
a
like it.
yeah it looks like almost well just from like the cover art that's on here it looks extremely similar to Uromanga Sensei. I mean, it looks like the main character has white hair. The main character looks very similar hairstyle. He is, I believe, he's an author as well.
Are
Yeah,
you
he is.
kidding? God dang it.
He is. Yeah, it's gonna be extreme. I mean, it's probably just gonna be a clone of it, but that doesn't take away from it could be funny and good as well.
Uh, I mean, I just hope they're not leaving themselves open, just to get some backlash for
Oh,
basically
I doubt they'll get
cookie pudding.
backlash. This happens all the time in the anime industry. Like, you get one show that's a hit, and then everybody decides to copy it. And I mean, it's not even copying with this though, because these shows are based off of manga that have been around for years.
Hmm.
So
Still,
it's not like they're just noticing, oh, this is getting more popular, so let's find other similar titles and make them into an anime.
I mean,
Is kind of what's going on with some stuff like that.
they should at least like made like spaced out the time. It's
It
just
doesn't, nah, dude. Strike while the iron's hot, man. I don't care, dude. I'll watch anything. If it's
okay.
good, I'll fucking watch it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Next time you create something that's gonna be big, I'll be sure to be right behind your tail.
Dude, go for it. Jump on the hype train.
No, that, I was being sarcastic.
I know. Oh gosh. Anyways, I think that's about it for the news this week. It was kind of a light week on the news.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of big things happened. Couple noteworthy articles.
Hmm.
But
I mean,
anyways, what you been watching, Christian, this week?
just the same stuff, from Crunchyroll. I'm still trying to finish up the Bastard Instructor.
I still haven't
Still,
started it. I don't think I'm gonna make it to that one this season.
hmm, I'm still trying to get through Love Tyrant.
Oh,
Just to
Love
start.
Tyrant's so funny.
It is. I think it's hilarious too.
It's so good.
I know it
It's
is.
so weird and it's so good. It's just out there, and I've loved that show.
Let's see. Right now on DVD, I've been so Problem Children from Another World. That was very interesting. I
I've heard
enjoy
that's
what
really good. That's one of the titles I've been meaning to pick up.
I kind of wish there was more episodes or another season, and that's my opinion. So yeah, that's how much good I can give the show
Okay.
by just saying that. By just saying that. Right now, I'm trying to get through Scrapped Princess. That's an older title back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. It it just feels really like I've seen this before with like some of the newer shows because some of the newer shows I've seen they've borrowed stuff from Scrapped Princess.
Interesting.
Oh, like yeah, the one that did that was Cheka, the Coffin Princess. Took a few things from Scrapped Princess. It did like for me. I'm like, wait a minute, I know this like scenario before. I'm like, oh, I just look back to Scrapped Princess.
Oh, speaking
Hmm.
of things, taking things from things. Did you? How caught up in Love Tyrant are you? Have you watched the beach episode?
No, the last time I stopped was when the main character met
Oh, the other
the girls.
sister
No,
or cousin or
he met
whatever.
he met the father of the
Oh, that's right. Yeah, of Guri.
yeah.
Guri's father. Okay, yeah, that's hilarious.
It was. I kind of was
um,
expecting something like that, but not like that. But it was good nonetheless.
Gotcha. You got to catch up to this next episode because it's so good. Um, that penguin is back.
Hmm. The
Yeah,
penguin.
that's back.
Oh,
Yeah, the evil penguin
yeah.
that attacks the main character's sister.
Mhm.
That's back, and they do a bunch of horror movie references in it.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah, yeah. It's really good episode. It's hilarious. That show cracks me up. Oh god, but I've just kept on up on most of my shows this week. Uh, I think my favorite episode this week was from Anonymous Noise.
Spoil nothing for me. I gotta see that show.
Oh my, you are missing out on a fantastic show.
I know, I know.
Oh,
I'm patient. If I don't watch it, right away, I'll wait for it on DVD.
there's just like so much emotion in that show, and it's so good. Like just in the songs, like with the main character singing them. Like I don't want to give away too much, but it is excellent. Like it's definitely one of my favorite shows this season. I'm
Okay.
I'm trying not to spoil too much there for you. There's this episode, like the ending last like 3 to 4 minutes was just so like for like a lack of better words to put, just like emotionally powerful. Like it didn't like it hit you in the feels, but not in like a sad way. It it like just like an emotional way. It was really I thought it was just fantastic. Um, and especially with how the main character sings, how her voice sounds like it's rough but very good. Yeah, it's a show you need to start watching and catch up so we can talk about it
Yeah.
because I want to go so much more in depth on this one. But that was fantastic. I haven't watched this week's episode of Grimoire of Zero. Um, Last week's left off on a cliffhanger, and we're
Hmm.
recording this on a Tuesday, March 16th, or March. Good God, I'm 2 months behind. May 16th. um, so I haven't watched that next episode, but that show's really good. White Fox, the the company behind that one just doesn't disappoint. They are fantastic.
That's a good sign.
Oh yeah, um, that's a show I can definitely see Sentai dubbing. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna dub that one. I don't see why they wouldn't. But that one's
Yeah, no,
fantastic. Uh, big. There's a pretty big cliffhanger at the end of that one between a fight between two of the characters, or one of the characters and a. Uh, I'm assuming it's the main villain of the show so far.
don't spoil nothing for me.
Damn it, Christian! You need to watch these shows. They're so good.
When I get to it. When I get to it.
I know. And then the latest episode of Uromanga Sensei is excellent as well, like always. That show's really good. It's just really well done show. Oh, I know what I can talk about because you probably won't watch it at least anytime soon. If you do, My Hero Academia. Oh, it's so good. I know I say this every week, but it's still so good. it's it's quickly becoming one of my favorite shows. Like, there's just a fight between the main character because last week's episode left off on a cliffhanger, and then this week's not last week's episode, but the week before left off on a cliffhanger of where the main character was being mind controlled by another student during one of their tournament fights
Hmm.
for the academy that they're going to for heroes, and it finished up that fight, which was excellent. And I just can't wait for next week's episode because there's going to be. I'm not sure if they're going to just kind of blow through the first round fights in that episode. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do since there's like 16 fights I think they have to do or something like that. 20 fights. So they'll probably just blow through a bunch of those real quick and then build up the next week's episode. But that is excellent. Just this show is so good. It's just damn good. Highly recommend that show. Um, it. I wish I would have watched it from the very beginning instead of playing catch up with it. But now that I'm caught up, can't wait for it every week. I already talked about Dragon Ball Super. I finally caught back up on that. Saw that there was the female Saiyan, and then I saw something was happening with Boo, so I had to catch up. And I'm glad I did. They were actually some pretty entertaining episodes. Clockwork Planet seems to be getting better, which I'm
Is
excited
it?
for. It's going in a darker direction now, which is not something that I saw coming.
Hmm.
So I'm curious to see where the story builds in that show. Berserk, excellent. Oh, it's so good. Of course, Berserk ends in a cliffhanger every week, and it just keeps me wanting more. Um, this week's Attack on Titan episode was a little lackluster. The action was good, but I don't know. All right, it just kind of like nonchalantly like told you who like the main Titans are that Aaron's been trying to find this entire show. Like it's the reason why he wants to kill all Titans, and it goes kind of like, oh hey, where are those Titans? Surprise! And it kind of just leaves you with a bitter taste in your mouth. But the action is so good, but the story's so bad. I'm so torn. The action's excellent, but the story's garbage. The story's fucking atrocious. Like, it's not like even the premise is bad for the story. It's just how it's told is so bad. Ugh.
uh,
Ooh, this reminds me. I forgot to mention a show that I've been watching this season. I think I mentioned the first episode of the spring season, but I haven't mentioned it since then. Recreators.
oh yeah, I heard about that show.
It's surprisingly good. Like I had watched the first episode and then I hadn't caught up on it, so literally I just watched 5 episodes of it a couple days ago. That show is surprisingly good. Um, for any of our viewers out there who aren't familiar with it, because I don't think it's really streaming on any major outlet.
Hmm.
Um, oh, it must be. I forget which one I'm watching it on. I'm watching it somewhere. Maybe it's on Strike.
He's on strike. I
It
can
might
see
be on.
that being.
I can't remember, dude. I watch so many shows, but essentially, it's all these characters from popular manga that are like getting pulled out of their manga or out of their anime series and like brought into the real world. So it almost has like a slight fate feel to it, but instead
Oh,
of
nice.
heroes, it's like these characters, but there's not like some overarching thing they're really fighting for yet. Besides, they've hinted towards like the main villain wanting to destroy the world, and that would destroy everything by making
Huh.
it unstable for some reason. That would destroy everything. I'm not too clear on that yet, but that show is really good. Like some of the characters they brought out like a mech pilot character along with his gigantic like Gundam or his Gurren Lagann, that sort of a thing. Um, and then there's a magical girl that's been brought out of an anime. There's a character that was brought out of a video game that knows defensive magic, and then just sort of stuff like that. And then there's a character that kind of reminded me of somebody from the Fate series. I can't remember but there's like this character rides in on a horse. But that show was surprisingly good.
Do you mean Ryder?
No, it wasn't like Rider because Rider is a lot different. Um, it kind of felt a little bit like Saber.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's an surprisingly interesting show. Um, like I just recently caught back up on it because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna watch this, and I literally was up for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours one night just catching up on it, and I couldn't stop watching it,
Hmm.
which I was shocked that it was that good because the first episode wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything that was like, oh my god, I need to keep watching this. But I don't know.
Hmm.
It was good, but I have a lot of shows I need to catch up on. Like I'm not caught up on um, Zorko and I believe Alice. Uh, Sakurada Reset. I'm not caught up on that. Uh, what else am I not caught up on? World End. Or Alice and Zorko, that's the name of the show. Sakura Quest, I'm not caught up on that one either. I have so many shows I need to catch up. Plus my backlog of shows. Ugh, so much anime, Christian.
I know.
There's so much. There's not enough hours in the day. I need like another like I don't know. I need like a 30-hour day so I can just like devote like 5 hours of that to watching anime.
Hmm.
But this season, I have to say, is excellent. Like probably the best season in of at least probably like 2 to 3 years. Easy. Like there's been other shows I've really enjoyed and I've thought are fantastic, but there hasn't been like this many at one time in a long time. It's definitely a good year to be an anime fan.
Oh, that's a bit of a stretch, but
No, it's a good year, man. There's so many good shows. It's not a stretch at all.
okay.
There's just so much good stuff.
I'm gonna have to admit, by the end of this year, I will make my final decision.
What do you mean?
As soon as I see the Fate, Stay Night, Heaven's Feel,
Oh, okay, I
then
gotcha.
I'll give you my
that I'm just
full
talking about
support.
this season, Christian. This is a
I
damn
know. I
good
mean,
season.
I'm not as hyped as you are
Yeah,
for Amped. Yeah, I'm still though too collective for my own good, especially for what's coming out, this year. That's just me, so
I know.
I'm happy you're excited, but I just my it's just for me. It's so different from for me and what I expect.
Understandable.
Otherwise, is there any other shows you want?
No, dude, that's about it. I've pretty much that's all I've been watching lately. I know I need to catch up on stuff, but I think that's it, man. That's
Okay.
about all I've got for this week. Um, for all of our fans out there, definitely subscribe to us on YouTube if you enjoy our content. Put out like, good lord, what 4 to 5 videos a week. We do our gaming series. Um, Obviously the podcast every 2 weeks. We've been keeping up with that, and then we do our interviews every other week as well on the off weeks of the podcast. But if you enjoy our content, definitely give us a subscribe on YouTube, like or comment on our videos. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions for us too, like feel free to post them on there because we'd love to communicate with our fans out there or
Hmm.
anybody that's enjoying our content or not enjoying it as well so we can improve. Be more than happy to see that as well. But like I said, you can also catch us on SoundCloud as well. Uh, that I have to lag a little bit on putting the episodes up because we don't have a premium membership on there. We just have the free one. So I think we're only caught up to episode 3 right now on there. But
Hmm.
hopefully we get set up on Podbean soon here so we can start pumping them out regularly out onto some different platforms. But other than that, thanks for tuning in this week, guys. I'm Jared,
And I'm Christian.
and we'll catch you guys later.
Bye.